Cursor has made another acquisition. The company has bought code review company Graphite, which counted Excel, Menlo Ventures, and Andreessen Horowitz among its investors. Cursor has made a number of acquisitions as of late, but I want to bring on the co-founder and CEO of Graphite to talk a bit about his decision to sell the company. Merrill Lutsky, welcome to TITV. It's great to have you here.
Awesome. Thanks for having me, Akash.
Well, congrats on the acquisition. This is
Thank
a
you.
big news to end off 2025.
Thank you. Yeah, we wanted to end the tech news cycle with one last bang here.
Yeah, well, it's exciting to have you on here, certainly because we had you on when we first launched this show about 6 months ago, and we talked a little bit about what makes Graphite different from the coding platforms. But tell me a little bit about the decision as to why you decided to sell the company.
Yeah. No, it was an interesting journey because we really came into it not with the intention to sell. Our metrics have been as strong as ever. We added more revenue last quarter than we did in all of 2024. Everything was going about as well as it ever has in the company's history. So it really came out of what felt like a natural partnership where back in the summer we started talking with the Cursor team about integrating their background agents into Graphite. So our users could launch Cursor background agents from Graphite's code review surface. So, you can kind of create, review, and merge code changes all from one place. And from there, I think the more that we got to talking, the more we realized that we shared a really common vision for where the future of software development is going. We think about building our companies in a lot of the same ways. Both of us are 5 days a week in person. We both really value like high talent density, high craft. A lot of the same ways and approaches that we have, we shared in common. So
Right.
it felt like a really natural partnership. And I think we both saw the ability to combine the best of both platforms and create something really phenomenal, which is this like end-to-end experience for building software with AI, where you go from an AI-powered IDE into the pull request and the code review surface into like testing and the merge queue, and that's just like all one connected, cohesive experience. And now with combining Graphite and Cursor, that's exactly what we'll be able to do in the coming months.
One of the things that you had said when you came on the show about 6 months ago is I had asked, and I watched the tape last night actually. I asked the question, why isn't this code review feature something that something like a Cursor could just add on
Yeah.
and compete with you? And the point that you made was you said, well, it's not always great to have the fox watching the hen house, and it's actually beneficial to have a third party that is assessing and reviewing the code from all these different coding agents, whether it's Claude or Cursor.
Yep.
Now you're part of Cursor now. So, I mean, what happens to that unbiased review? Are you
Yeah.
still going to be reviewing code from all these different agents, or I mean,
Oh,
how does the story change?
yeah, absolutely. I think one of the key things to emphasize about this is that we're continuing to run Graphite as an independent product through this. We're still actually building background agent integrations with tools like Claude Code and Codex and others. Like we want to meet developers where they are and work with all of the tools the teams are using in order to build with AI now. So we're not going to be, obviously there's some things that will be more tightly integrated with Cursor's tools, but we very much want to keep this as something that works with every single tool out there. Like there are a lot of users that run Claude Code in Cursor, for instance. Like I think that I think we will continue to be really flexible about the tools that we support. And even from a model standpoint, I think you'll see the models and the pipelines that go into generating our review comments are not going to be the same as the ones that go into generating code in the Cursor IDE, for instance. So I think as long as you continue to approach those two as separate entities and make sure that the review experience that we build is flexible and supports all the different ways that engineers are writing code with AI now, I think that we'll continue to avoid that problem going forward.
So you're going to be still working full time on Graphite as sort of an
Yep.
independent product and an independent business in some ways from
Exactly.
Cursor.
Yeah, exactly. We see, we one of the things that we've emphasized with this deal is that Graphite's going to continue independently as a product. The entire Graphite team is continuing to work on Graphite as part of this. We really want to make sure that we keep the best aspects of Graphite. And uh, another thing to note there is that. There's some folks have been worried a little bit about like, oh, is Graphite going to get shut down, or is Graphite going to focus entirely on the AI side of things? And uh, one thing that the Cursor team and we've talked about is that really the value of Graphite is in a lot of the interfaces and infrastructure and features like our merge queue and stack PRs that aren't necessarily as AI native, but help to accelerate the code review process dramatically. And we're only going to double down on those as a result of this acquisition and partnership. And I think they really see the value of Graphite as as like a strategic asset that teams like Shopify and Snowflake, Robinhood, Datadog, all depend on every single day for code reviews. So
Right.
that's not going anywhere. It's very much going to continue as an independent product. That said, obviously, there's some amazing opportunities for integrating the two surfaces. Like we've talked about having the chat history from the Cursor IDE showing up in the pull request as additional context and letting you just like pick up
Right.
where you left off. And it really should be like we've always thought it was silly that the agents that you're working with locally to create a code change can't really talk to the ones that you're then working with in review and the rest of the process. And if we can just connect all of those surfaces and make that super seamless and have a consistent agent that's helping to guide that change through review, through testing, and out to production, that's really the best possible developer experience that we can create here.
Let me ask you a question here. How much did Cursor buy the company for?
So we're not sharing details of the economics of the deal, but I mean, I will say that all of our investors and our team are thrilled about the outcome. It's a very strategic acquisition. It's a fantastic outcome for us, and I think the main thing to emphasize here is that there's so much. I think we're all really excited about the upside potential here of like once you combine these two companies, what can we create together? Like, what does that future code review platform look like? Where we've connected, everything from local development, background
Right.
engines, pull requests. Like, I think the value of that is left to be unlocked is really phenomenal and something that everybody here is really excited about unlocking in the coming years.
Great. Well, congrats on the acquisition. Like I said, it's some great news for your team to end 2025. And I'm looking
Absolutely.
forward to seeing how the product continues to evolve next year. That is Merrill Lutsky, the co founder and CEO of Graphite here on TITV.